I think I'm here. Never know. Gotta make sure the settings are right. This is Richard Wheeler, and this is Richard Wheeler Works. It's a Twitch stream where I work. And I don't know. We may have a technical setup that works here after a month. Not sure. So we may next Friday do what I've actually said we were going to do and roll in my friend and partner Sean So to do a segment that we're going to call, FBO Forever, Fed Biz Ops Forever, which is all about the exciting world of United States federal government acquisitions. But we're not there yet. We're still working on this segment, which is the If I Could See What You See viewing party, where we're taking a look at PR and propaganda videos and Instagram and other media from various armies of the world, specifically with an aim towards understanding intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance practices through looking at specialized units or elements within militaries that do that. So, for example, is this thing on? This is what I'm trying to understand. It says I'm streaming. Yeah, all right. Am I streaming? Sorry, I'm checking my other screen here. Yeah, it's on. We got sound. How do people do this? Do any of you know how streamers actually do this? I'm just making this up. Anyway, so let's get over to where we left off on Wednesday, which was a spreadsheet in Google Sheets that we were populating to have information about images that might help us in our quest, we can call it that have to do, that are related to images that we found looking at Instagram, right? So remember, this was a Google, these are the results from a Google reverse image search that had a seed from a post by 473 special observation post over here. Not, this isn't that post, this is that unit. Yep. So this is the page we were making, because we were going to go through now. Remember, there was this list of 25 images we found in Google reverse image search here that looked kind of interesting. And then we went through and we kind of did a down select, and we said of those, there are 12 that we're going to go in further and spider out, crawl out, figure out, okay, well, what's related to those, and what's related to those, and what's related to those. So, let me see here. What I'm actually going to do is, I'm going to say 1. That's going to be like level 1. Well, I'll say 0. Well, I won't do that. I'll do that here. This, and I'll copy this over so I have like a formula running, and then all these are going to be things I found at level 0. Just doing it like, it is done in computer programming land, where you start with 0 instead of 1. So now what we'll do is we'll go here, we'll add 2 more columns, and we'll say this is level 1. We'll copy these over, copy the formatting, okay, and we'll fill in these images as we go. Remember, this was the first one we found. Links to a YouTube video that we saw briefly in a previous episode. Royal, let's see if we can read this. Royal Scots Dragoon Guards show us around a subsurface observation post, which they constructed whilst on exercise Wessex Eagle on Cope Hill down on Salisbury Plain, I'm assuming. So then there are all these things that are linked. Now, some of these we've seen in our other searches, right? They all link together, but some of them we haven't. So like this one we saw, and now I need to make a decision. Sorry, I'm pausing here because I'm trying to make a decision how much of this I'm going to make like a sort of relational database. Is this thing on? Sorry, I have a light over here that I'm trying to... Oh, there we go. So, because what I could do is I could could add another column here, and let's say I just started numbering these. Yeah, and I could do this with a formula. Some of you bright bulbs amongst you are saying, but then that's actually more complicated if I'm trying to move, sort, or do other things later. So let's just keep it like this. And then what I'll do though is I'll format this, and I can't see the formatting thing here. So custom number formats, I'll say 0000. All right. So now I have up to 10,000 unique identifiers. Let's hope it doesn't go that far, right? So what I can do over here now is start reduce this. That's at 90%. I want that back at 100%. We'll start saying here, like, well, I'm going to put a break in there, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, you know, I will actually, hold on a second. E equals this, plus 1, 22. Well, I got more than those already, so I'm gonna do that. I'm going to for all these, I'm going to make these run vertical as opposed to horizontal, because that what's going on here is this. All right, there we go. And I do this. And now there, yeah, okay. I'm gonna insert 22 right. And we'll add 6 more, so we'll have 50. I started at no, sorry, here is 0. We're gonna add, is that right? 0. Where does the, yeah. Okay, so we're gonna add 6 more. And we have 49, that means we'll have 50 of these. So I'll give us something to run. Okay, so what's all that about? What that is about is saying here how this British Army on Twitter called, all right, so you know what? I am going to go back and enter in all of these images, because that way I will be able to do some cross-referencing. So let's just quickly do this. Copy image location. Get that up. insert image, image itself. I mean, you can see basically how much time it takes to set all this up. If you were to set up a system that was, something where somebody just phoned it in and they just came in and they didn't have to think about it. They were just jamming through. What might that system look like? Copy image location. It keeps doing this thing, and I wonder why. Insert image and cells. URL. See, it keeps doing that. Do not know why. So we'll just kind of deal with it. Copy image location. Huh. You can't insert from right-click in the cell. You've got to go up here, which is a little bit of a pain for what I'm trying to do, but okay. URL. It just does not want to do that. What is going on here? All right. Let's do it this way. Let's go back to the original search here, which is not the way I want to do it, to have to scroll through all this stuff, but that's the way we're going to do it. So if we have to, as a backup, copy image location. Let's try it again. Insert image and cell URL. Man, what's going on here? A lot of these links are just like auto links that are generated by could be this gone. Because this is this aggregator site. Oh boy. All right. So this is a problem, is what I'm learning here. Keep going. Keep going. Always moving, never stopping. Copy the location. Insert, try again. Let's keep trying. Get this done. Oh, I got the copy image location. Just do view image, and then see, it's not, see this URL, data image base. This is not a helpful URL for me, right? So I guess I could just what happens if I do that? If I copy the image and then Did not want to do that. Insert image, image in cell. Yeah, see, just, This is another one of those aggregator sites. So, what? Okay, let's try again. Copy image location. Insert. So I could download those images and save them back up into Google Drive and link to that. That's certainly a. What is going on here? Copy image location. What happens if I do that? All right. Well, I probably just do the ones that I'm interested in too. Okay. So this is, I think, one of the ones that's in the other. Yeah. What happens if I do? Oh no. Copy image location. No me gusto. This is not fun. This is like really slowing me down. Because what I'm trying to do is go here and look at, like, say, view, freeze up to this column, and then be able to go over here and get to this again, right? And say that and know which image it is, which it is this one we just looked at. Excuse me, this one. Let's go back up here. Well, I mean, you can see that we're a little deeper in now. And as a result of that, it's not as fun as like, oh, let's just look at Instagram. There's like some actual tooling that I have to do to start to make sense of it, because we're starting to get to a point where there's quite a bit of information, right? And insert image, so and so we're trying to do some more cross-referencing. So I'm going to do it like this, I guess. I'm going to open the thing, find out what it is, and then find this and copy this link location. Why is this working? I do not know. I don't have time to figure that out right now, right? I'm just trying to get this done. So, by URL. Man, just does not like it. Copy image location. Maybe a lot of these sites are trying to thwart Google too. I don't know. I mean, that's Pinterest. Sites don't necessarily play nice with each other, right? Okay, so that's I mean, they don't play nice with each other. Let's be honest, right? That they're not. They're all hell bent on destroying each other, and we're all collateral damage in the middle. Right. You see, this part of it too is less like a new thing. It's more like, I'm filling in a grid here. So the tempo of the work is very different. Something to think about if you're trying to, plan the work. When's it a good time to do this? When's it a good time to do that? Insert image. So and I'm doing a lot of backfill here, right? Because I'm like, oh, I should have done blah blah blah. When I do the next one, the next image that I haven't recorded anything about yet, it'll be much faster because I'll know everything. Did I want to look at that? I can't remember. Copy image location. Insert image. So and because this is like, so there are tools you can build to screen drivers or browser drivers, right? That would like go back and forth between tabs and copy something from here and paste it there, and that can take things from different types of sites and put them together. But you have to do a lot of work to structure those, and if it's unstructured data, then it's kind of I don't think it'd be worth it at this point to build like as if I have the coding chops to do that right now, which I don't at all. But if I did, I don't know if I'd even say it was worth the time, because this is, and I may be wrong. There may be tools that would make it easier, but I don't know, because I'm doing a lot of choosing here, and there's a lot of things that I don't know how they're working. So I need to run down like, well, why can't I get this image? What is it about the process that's not working? And if I were building a system that had to have like high reliability and work automated and all this stuff, yeah, it might take that time, but I just don't see it here. Insert images. So okay, almost there. Okay, one more. Mm-hmm. Okay. Close that down. We got this general. We got this. Okay. So I can either say we're up at this image. Does and this is 0, 0. Do I go across and put an X and everything where the image up here in row 2 appears, or do I go down? I think I'm going to go down because that'll be easier scan. So I know British Army on Twitter here. I know this one is related. And I'm actually going to do this as a 1 because that'll make doing number stuff easier. Okay. And that one we saw. Right, this one, and okay. So those are related. So basically I'll say this to say that 2 of the images in the overall set are related to image 0, 0, according to Google. So I'm doing this because I want to get to some sort of, I don't know really what I'm going to do with it, but it just feels like, yeah, I should get to some level of being able to cross-reference or correlate things. So I'm going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to open that in a new tab. Yeah. Oh, it's not letting me do that. It does that. Okay. Open a tab. Does that open me back up into Google? No, that opens the link. Okie dokie. So now, this is 25. That's that. This is 1 here. I know I like it from the jump. Copy. Link location. And copy image location. Insert image cell URL. And that we know is related to this. Oh, cool. Some good stuff. Oh, look at this one. Aha. Aha! Look. We are inside. The first Fusiliers EFP battle group, European Frontier or something? I don't know. That's what, a UK flag and a Danish flag? Working with the Estonians. That must be an Estonian flag. Okay. While Recce constructs subsurface OPs, and look, this is great. We'll come back to this. Again, just one level at a time. But look, this, we've got the some idea about how we would conduct roofing with chicken wire and some hessian or burlap, depending on your flavor of the English language that you prefer. And then there must be other stuff on top of that. So that's pretty good. This was a nice series that we found through the Twitters, through the Google image searches. So let's go back now. This one we already noted. This is, well, these are artillery observers, which we know relates to 473 Sphinx. This is not a very good hide site. This is, very rudimentary. This is not very survivable in terms of not being seen. But there are some good links here. Remote day-night observation. I don't know what that is. Soldiers in the Light Dragoon. You stay under cover. Civilian barn. Okay, that's interesting. And it's from the Telegraph, which, I mean, I'm always interested in getting to things that are, journalistic pieces, because this is another view, right? Like a military puts out certain things, its own PR and propaganda, but then it also leverages the media. And, sometimes a public affairs officer from Unit X is like, yeah, sure, come do whatever. And, militaries tend to be very large. That's the thing to note. And so it's not like everybody knows all the rules or gets told what all the rules are or understands the rules to be the same thing. Just a lot of reasons that, somebody in one particular context can say, yeah, sure, bring a camera, bring, whatever, do an interview, and then you can learn something, right? So, yeah, we are going to use this. So take this. 2.6. So now you see it's a little bit more straightforward in terms of saying, how do I fill in this information, right? Image location, insert image. Now at this point, maybe I could give this to somebody else and say, well, your job is to fill in all this stuff, and this is how you do it. You make a little tutorial video, and there it is, right? Maybe, I don't know. That's there, and then this clean link is, and these columns I and J here are redundant, and you can extract the clean URL from the Google URL. It just has a bunch of stuff in there to track our activity. But I don't know. Why is that not all centered? Sorry. I just think this should all be centered. Ooh, don't know what happened there. Tried to work too fast is what happened there. All right. Okay. Oop, not doing that today. Gov.uk uses cookies. Really? Back here. Yeah, just get that over there. That's more useful for me there. We did that. This we've seen, not interested. You know, this is a kind of pain in the neck for me, how this grid is not um, standardized. You know, I'm not clicking on see more here. I'm going to the bottom of the, hole. Let's just uh, let's just do what we're doing here, and then another time. Well, it's not that much. It's kind of overwhelming though. Let's just do this one at a time. So yeah, this is British Army in Northern Ireland, 1969-2007. Op banner. Yeah, because I want that for something else. Because hopefully we're going to find some urban OPs. Now, this is not an urban OP. This is a tower. There aren't any more of these. There's a book by Donovan Wiley, the photographer, about these towers, which I don't have. He did a book on the maze prison, did a book on outposts in Afghanistan. Wonderful photographer. I will be getting it posted. I'm making a note. Link Donovan Wiley. But just from looking at these, one of the things I can tell you is that yeah, this is from a tower. You can see above this soldier's head these photos. These are large panoramas that are noting. That are gridded. I'm assuming these are noting different areas of interest. See a camera behind him, but this is not a hidden feature at all. But this is interesting. So let's get this copy image location 27. Out of order here, but insert image and cell. My assumption is that pictures from that era that are private are out there. It's just, you'd have to find. It might, so this is from, you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, it says IWM. It's the Imperial War Museum in London. So, they might have private collections. You could maybe find it, but it's, or forums is probably the place to go. So copy link location. And this is right. Clean URL. All right. Okay. Right. So we did like that. We definitely like this. We saw this before. Right. Oops, 28. This. So on one hand, what should happen is that we find fewer and fewer. So there were 24, 25 maybe in the original pull of the, images that were related to the seed image that we uploaded of 473 soldiers in training, working on an urban hide site. We found a lot of non-urban stuff that's related. But as we go, I think we'll find more and more overlap between these. And so with each successive element that we go through in level 0, like we're on the element 1 that we're going to review of level 0, 1 of 12, we'll have less and less of this data entry, because we'll say, like, okay, well, I've already seen that, I've already seen it. Because we're assuming that this is a pretty tight click in network analysis terms. And also because these are, I mean, it would be interesting, now that I think of it, to go back and say, does everyone have the same number of related images in the top pull here? Then how many of those made it into, further review? This is definitely true, right? Meet the enemy, the soldiers. Meet the soldiers the enemy never see. Right. Righty. Is there stuff in here? Yeah, there is stuff in here. Copy image location. Insert image cell. Yeah. Forces.net is a UK military PR site, I think. There is video here. Good to know. Browse hundreds of jobs for ex-forces. Tree surgeon, climber, groundsman. Interesting. Shadow defense minister. All right. Keep going here. So that one. I feel like we already saw something like this. And then this is 7 para RHA. I think that means Royal Horse Artillery. Maybe wrong. Seems like a reasonable guess to me. image location, insert image, images, cells, URL here, insert BDR Bliss. I think that means Bombardier Bliss. I don't know what that rank equates to, but it's an enlisted rank. That I know. Copy link location from Paradata. So this is some kind of fan site. Okay, so we've got a total of 31. So now what we would do is, I'm just going to peruse this for a second. This guy's got to look. Yeah, there's some stuff in. Wow, whoa, man, this is fascinating. This level of detail they have about people. You know? Ooh. Wow. I'm sorry, I'm just like looking at this amount of like finding aids they have and you know, piecing together this unit. All right. Cool. About is this just the parachute regiments? Is this not a fan page? What is this? What's going on here? Hide. Okay. Contact, help, privacy, terms and conditions. I don't know what's going on. This is a pretty swank web page for a military unit. Okay. So back to it. We've done about 45 minutes of. Well, we did some tooling, so I'd say we did maybe 20 minutes. So questions that are outstanding, maybe more than that, 25, 30 minutes. Questions that are outstanding for me in doing this are, you know, what's the value of looking at, you know, clicking on see more here and looking at all the related images, you know, getting to the bottom of the stack, collecting these related searches. Yeah, that's of interest. And then it's just on to the next, right? Which would be these guys, which we saw. Let's go over. Just dip our toe in. We won't go too deep here. And mind you, there are two levels I could be doing this, right? One is okay. just going in the stack as it is from Google. But then, right, like this one is a YouTube video. So then there's all the related media here, right? Which we're sort of bouncing out into now a different system. I'm not logged into my project account. Let's just do that quickly. You can see I got a lot of ambient noise YouTube that I desperately need right now. All right, so there's that. And there's that. And then there's two-factor authentication, which I should be getting a text here in a second. There we go. So we should see a little bit more focused choices here. In the you know, coming up next or related for YouTube. Special Ops Sniper rates 11 sniper scenes in movies. Royal Marine reacts to 10 insane weapons in the world. And then food waste. Interesting. Rommel. Oh god, there's a lot of junk here. Oof. Yeah, so I'm not. So the reason I was considering this is saying, like, this is Twitter. Should I click over to Twitter here and look and see what's, because the choices here are about my time, and these aren't automated systems. I can't just say, go minions, digital minions, go find, bring me back, right? So I don't. The thing about Twitter that's a little different, though, right, is that clicking through gets me to why aren't those soldiers wearing gloves? Huh. Like, here's an observation post that's been dug. So this is an interesting picture, right? Because we can get some notion of size. I mean, I don't think they're going to be in that forever. But, yeah. More tweets. Yeah. Okay. So the rule for this that I'm going to just follow is that I'm just going through. I'm trying to bleed out the Google image search system. I'm trying to get to the bottom of that. All these linked things that link to that original seed image from 473 STA Special Observer Patrols Battery Instagram recruiting site that was about training to do urban observation posts, and we put that in Google reverse image search, and it said observation post OP, and this is all the results, and we're going through, and so we're just trying to bleed that all out. What are all the related images we can find, perhaps videos, but related media, visual media, that we can find that comes out of that, that's productive, that shows us an observation post in use, being built, good, bad, I don't know, tells us about some units, you know, all that kind of stuff. So that's what we're trying to get to. And so just going to go through this, right? So I've got now, I mean, what I could do is put in like one more, you know, some more columns, or like how many have I actually processed, right? So it could be like this and like that. And we're going to do this. And let's say this and this. Yeah, it's black. Okay. So there we go. We've got 25 that were initial. Yeah, that looks good. We did another review. We said no, only 12 of those are worth further review. We've done one of those. So we've got 11 left. And here we found 6 new ones. There's 6 left. So there's 17. So right now it's still a pretty bad trade, right? Where we, instead of reducing the amount of work we have to do, we've almost increased it by 50%, slightly less. But so the what will happen is that'll go down. It'll keep increasing. It's going to increase. There, by the time we've done all this, and I may stop because you may just be like completely bored, or I may be completely bored. But you know, it's going to be dozens, hundreds, I don't know, of images, and so it could be quite a bit to get through. But by the time we do get through it, we're going to have enough visual material, especially with some of these videos that we're pulling. Just even a few of those, get some video clips, either screenshots or the, you know, just little, you know, GIFs of them or whatever. My guess is that some of you watching, well, what we'll do is we'll get to a point where we're going to put together an instructional guide. We're going to say, this is how you make a subsurface OP, right? Just from this. And then we're going to compare it in research I did 3-4 years ago, which is a whole different set of seed images, a whole different, you know, inspirations. But I have a ton of stuff already there. British military instructional films from the 60s and Israeli Defense Force stuff. And it's just a whole nother part of this large object, meta object of doing observation posts. And when we put them together, so we're going to take what we do now, say, okay, what would just get from this, and then add it into the other parts. And then you'll see, like, you know, well, yeah, I could actually do this. I just got to go to the hardware store and buy a shovel and maybe a few shovels, and, you know, it's different stuff, but you could do it, you know, assuming you have a piece of land you could do it on. That's another problem. So, more work to be done. This is Richard Wheeler, and this has been Richard Wheeler Works.